Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Tina at Tina Stitches. Today is Sunday, November 15th. It is 3:16 in the afternoon and it's very overcast, windy, a little bit of snow, so coloring is not that great. But here we are. It's been 2 weeks since my last video. This is a video about cross stitch and maybe a little bit of life update, but not a lot has been happening. I have a few whips, works in progress to show you, a little bit of plans, and 0 finishes. Because I just couldn't do it. So, let me pull out my notes here. Just want to say thank you to everybody for coming back, or if you're new, welcome. And I hope you enjoy what you see, and you can like, share, and subscribe. I usually say that at the end. You can also follow me on Instagram, which you might see a lot of me or a little of me because I don't post very often. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That's life. I am not obligated to be on social media. I do it when I can, if I can, and thank you for your patience if you're looking for something, but that's the way it is. It gets busy, and you can probably hear the banging because house construction stuff still is happening. Still have my son's hookah. Because yeah, life. So, let's see. So I don't really participate in sales or challenges because I find if I'm forced to work on something, I tend not to work on something. Procrastinator extraordinaire. So, dishes are done, laundry's done. I could be cleaning the bathroom, but I'd rather film a video. So, here we are. So, I guess I will just get into what I've been working on. And they're just in a pile here. That pile will move over there. There's zippers. So sorry if that noise will annoy you, but I think I have everything else ready. So my most recent whip, work in progress, and my pile is going to fall over. It's not really a pile. Okay. In my Paris bag is my French patterns or Paris related patterns, and this one is embroidery scissors by Filigrane. As you can see, I have a thing for scissors. Pretty scissors. So I have 2 of these patterns. This one is embroidery scissors. Started it, I believe it was Mania. Was it Mania this year or last year? And I've worked more on the on the black, back stitching all of that, and you can see from what is done that there's makes a big difference. And I would like to get the rest of the back stitching done before I put this away. There are lots of specialty stitches that go around here, and then the words are back stitched in black. Well, it's not black, it's the Dinky Dyes silk kit. So the black is actually black coral, number 130, Dinky Dyes silks. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Pretty little pattern, big design. So it's stitched on 28 count fabric flare crushed petals or dried petals. Dried petal. It's kind of a gray, well, it's a pink, but it's got a grayish tone to it. That's where that one's at. I'll put that where it's not going to get crushed. Pushed in, misshapen. Other project. So the reason I pulled embroidery scissors out is because for 2 groups that I am doing challenges in, I'm doing these groups because there's no set rule as far as you need 500 stitches, you need 1,000 stitches. You pick a design and you put your own spin on what you want to do on it. So for the monthly magazine challenge, the acrostic is turkey. So embroidery scissors fits for E. And I'm just basically saying 4 hours. For me, that's 2 nights. I'm guessing. I don't actually have a timer sitting beside me. And for the 24 hours of cross stitch group, the acrostic is 4 seasons, F-O-U-R. So I'm using it for F for filigram, and S for scissors, E for embroidery scissors, S for scissors, and S for scissors. So I didn't put 4 hours on each of those, but I might spend extra time on it because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters on the second acrostic for embroidery scissors, which if I put 4 hours each, that would be 10 evenings. I might put 1 hour each and call it done after 3 days. I've done 2 days on it, so I mean, as long as I get good progress. That's what I'm trying to get out of these prompts. So the next one that I'm going to show you, I had to pull out, got one in my lap and I've pulled another one over. Okay, this one in my very pretty, very red butterflies bag. I should put something butterfly-ish in it, but it's not. It is something you haven't seen for quite a while, and I love working on it. of almost all of these projects. Gonna be Glare Beautitudes by My Big Toe. Let's see. It's a lot of words, very pretty font. There we go. I'm stitching this on 22 count white hardanger fabric. I'm stitching it with Threadworks and Gentle Arts. Threadworks 1024, which is a very deep blue, has some variegation, and Gentle Arts Cranberry. Very bright red with some variation. Here's where it was last time you saw it. And here it is now. So this one I picked because Turkey, I needed a Y. Mercy has a Y. So I stitched Mercy. And what else did I need? What else did I use it for? Beautitudes for U. Somewhere in here there is a U, but I didn't stitch it, but I'm going to count it anyways. So that was for one prompt out of each group. Actually, 2 prompts for Magazine Challenge Beautitudes, Turkey, U, and 4 it's got a U as well. So that's where that one's at. I had wanted to try to get some kind of, I'm going to work on this every religious holiday kind of thing going on, but that didn't work because that's how it is. Putting everything back in the bag because there's a lot here. The next project, pretty purple bag, is, don't have the cover picture. I will have to insert a picture here of Mirabilia's Dressmakers Daughter. And where it was last time you saw it. And I've been working on the spring portion of it. And here it is now. So quite a bit done. I've been trying to do the background as often as I can because it's solid all the way up here. And I finished the body of the mannequin and the top part of the purple. And when I had put it away, I had about 4 stitches up here of a color, which was the wrong color, which I noticed when I picked it up again. So good thing I recognized that and frogged it before I went any further with that color. It was one of those symbols, it's just a dash that goes this way, and I picked the color for the dash that goes the opposite way. So that's where that is. And here is the whole thing where I am. I'm trying to work on this once a month, either on the 1st or the 20th, depending on when I get a chance to pick it up, and on the opposite season of what it is in the Northern Hemisphere. So, it's fall, so I'm working on spring, because I'm a not seasonal stitcher. Okay, the next one I'm going to share, my Alice bag. Is Mad Hatter's Tea Party by Bothy Threads. This was a kit that was given to me by my husband for Christmas last year or the year before. Work on it on my lunch breaks, and look at that mess. Threads everywhere. So I made a mistake, and I don't know where. It's somewhere on this branch, I'm pretty sure. So I'm trying to work my way back up. I've worked my way over here. I've double counted everything here. I've done the back stitching on these flowers, or the leaves, just so I have placement, and everything seems fine. But when I go, as I'm going down here where I've done the edge here, it doesn't line up. There's something wrong somewhere there. So yeah. So I'm still picking it up. I'm still working on it. Hopefully I will figure that out. But that's why there are stops there and starts. That's why these threads up here are stopped and this thread down here is started. I don't know if I showed you a before picture, but so there's that one. This next one I was hoping to have finished. It's not finished. And part of the reason for that, well, the whole reason for that is because I'm not 100% happy with the wing color. This is Sunflower Fairy by Nora Corbett in the Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine from September 2009. It is I'm going to say it's promotional for Bothy Threads, because this entire design is stitched in Bothy threads. I don't have the called for threads, so I switched out to my conversion with Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. If you want that list, let me know. See what I can do. I do have it written down. Here's where it was last time you saw it. And here it is now. So I'm not, it's a little bit washed out. I'm not completely happy with the blue wings. It actually looks really good there, but it's a lot brighter in person. They're very brilliant blue wings. And so I thought, well, if I backstitch with a lighter color, will that tone it down? Or will backstitching it with a darker color tone it down? So that's why there's two different colors of backstitch on there. So I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go. I did start the beads. At first I thought the beads were fantastic, and then I put it down and it's like, oh, those beads are really dark. But when you catch it in a certain light, it gives that copper gold reflection. So I do like the beads. But the wings are what's holding me up, because all the beading now touches the wings. So if I frog those wings, I don't want the beads in the way. So here's where it is. And this is stitched on 32 count linen from my stash with conversion. So no, it's not done. I know you were probably wanting to see that one finished. Well, it's not. Not yet. It is so close. I get that way. I get so close to being finished, and then it's not finished. Halloween fairy, moon, that's all I have to figure out. And then it would be finished. This one, it's the wings, and then it would be finished. I could, if I just say, it's done, it's done. Just leave it. Will it bother me? Because I did start stitching when I had the one wing. I had this wing, this bottom part done, and then I picked up another Krynic, which I glanced at while I was walking out of the room, and I thought, that's a perfect color. And I started to stitch this other wing in that color. And I showed my husband, and I said, what do you think? And he says, I think you have some frogging to do. So I pulled out the other color, and now I'm second guessing, would that have been a better color? This is the color. It's basically rose gold. Like, would that have fit it, suited the piece better? I don't know. There is a chance you might see new wings on that girl. So, the next project that I have to share. So for the acrostic, A for Alice works in the seasons, and N for Nora Corbett, Sunflower Fairy, for seasons. I want to get it finished. I marked it down, finish. So I need to do it. That was the only 2 letters that I had picked for those. And those are the Alice I work on every day. I don't think I could have fit it in anywhere else. So, anyways, on to the next one, which is Beloved by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Adele Sessler. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. This one, I finished the row over there, and I came over here and I'm working on this confetti here and his hand, the white and shades of white. Believe it or not, there are shades of white. And just filling in as much as I can, and of course I ran out of a color, so that kind of throws you off when you want to fill in those little gaps of confetti and you can't because you don't have that color. But there's where it is so far. This is stitched on 25 count white even weave. Not sure of manufacturer. I thought I sat on the dog. She's way over there, so. Okay. Beloved and does not fit into any of these acrostics, but I have a personal goal of 100 stitches a day, or the average thereof, 700 a week, and so far I have been able to keep up or surpass that. 1,000 a week would be nice, and I probably do get that. I try to sit down in the morning, work on it before I get ready for work. The only time I don't is Fridays because it's early day, which means I get off early, but I have to leave early, so not as much time in the morning. Speaking of work, I think I mentioned in my last video I don't get time off for Christmas. That is misleading. I think I think I misled you to think that I don't get Christmas Day, Boxing Day, or any extra days off. I do get extra days. We're just not allowed to book weeks off. So we will have some holiday time. I just won't have extra holiday time, if that makes sense. If I get, and to be honest, right now, these last 2 weeks in November is going to be really busy for me, and the last 2 weeks in December is going to be extremely boring for me at work because we're doing prep work now to get stuff up to their communities before the holidays happen. So I could probably get an extra 2 days or here in there somewhere. So anyways, that was all of the things that I worked on so far. Now, plans. Okay, so in my last video I alluded to starting a new project from a magazine because they told me to. I always do what I'm told. And I got my working copies made, and I've got my floss pulled. These are the bobbinated floss colors, and these are my floss cards that I made for the skeins. So some people are concerned that I've bitten off a lot. I haven't. It's not a huge pattern. It is 18 by 18. I don't think it gives a stitch count, but it's 18 by 18 on 28 count. They don't even have a stitch number across the grid, but Teresa Wentzler's welcome. This is for the magazine challenge, and the theme for this month is thankful, and welcome is in tune with thankful. So that's what I'm going to work on for that theme. There are a few specialty stitches and a ton of blends. The floss list is 3, let's see, 1, 2.5 pages. Special instructions is a little paragraph for border backstitching. And so I had to pull all the floss. Now here is my Teresa Wentzler kitting system. This floss list is not in any particular order. It is symbols and color. It's not in order by numerical. Perhaps it is by Anchor brand. They do seem to be kind of numerical, but anyways, the DNC is all over the place. So I grabbed a notepad and I made a list. Because there's a lot of blends, if that number was already written down, I didn't write it down again. And I grouped them in groups of 100. For instance, 472, 3788, they would have been a completely different size of the page. So then I recognized from there that I needed these 35 colors. I took that list and reorganized it, and I probably could have done this in a phone or a computer Excel spreadsheet or something and just sort, but I just did it on a notepad. So then I came in here and I went to my floss box where I keep my extra DMCs that are not on bobbins, because I knew I didn't want to use bobbin system, and I'll explain why. So then I was at work, and I've done this for other projects, as a matter of fact. Beloved. These are my colors for Beloved. There's only 27 colors or something like that for Beloved. So what I do is, I write down the number and the symbol for Beloved. That's as simple as it had to be. I tried to copy the symbol as close as I could, replicate it, and punched a hole. I get these from work because we use a lot of labels, and there's always a piece of this in the front and the bottom of the package. So if it's acid free, I don't know, but Vicky at Stitch and Button has a great idea to find acid-free cardstock. Look for comic book inserts. So what I did is I took that list that I had and I punched it in at work on the Word program, and I ran it through the printer. And so I have all of these pre-printed. I mean, I would have hand bombed them if I had to, but I thought, let's try it. It worked. I jammed the printer once, pulled it out, flipped it over, it worked. Second time. So the spots that are missing are the ones that I don't have skeins for. So they're in this baggie. Now, what I did was I took my, I don't have it with me, but I took my tablet holder, my tablet book case thing, similar looking to this, and I wound the skein around it, pulled it off, and I cut the bottom. Now, what that did was it gave me all of my lengths are the same. These I might trim off, but to be honest, what happened was when winding them around, there's that one piece that was longer than the rest. Unless you have something that is exactly the right length for 8 meters to divide evenly, you're going to end up with an odd length. So what I did for those ones was I pulled them aside, and they're in the same hole, but they're just off to the side of it, because those are the ones that I'm going to use when it's just that color. If it's a blend, I'm going to take from here and from here, and they should both be the same length, so that when I work with it, I don't have to trim that much difference off of it. And then, I didn't bring it with me, but if you can't use the full length, then what I did on my previous Teresa Wentzlers was I would have a scrap of fabric. I wish I had it here. I'll just use this is my fabric I'm going to use. But on my scrap of fabric, which would be basically a strip about 2 inches wide, as long as you want it, and I would thread in what's left and write down the symbol for the blend. That was my sister's idea, which was great. I don't know where she got it. But it worked on the previous Teresa Wentzlers, and I'm sure it'll work on this one. I didn't look too closely at it, but in most cases it will continue for a long journey. I may have cut my threads too long, so I may do a start in the middle and work my way this way, and then pick this up and go the other way with it, so that there's not as much fraying on the threads. That'll work fine in borders and in areas like trees. So we'll see. For 37 or so colors, there is a lot of blends. So we'll see if I'll be able to manage that. I mean, to be honest, if it doesn't work, I'll just throw out that piece of thread. So I'm ready to start this. I have my fabric, I have my thread. As far as the bobbinated ones are, I might cut like 2 lengths off with my tablet holder so that I can put them on here and they're the same length. Or I might just place an order because, like I said, I'm missing a thread for Beloved. So I might fill in the blanks with new skeins. So that was one of my plans. The other plan, and I blame Tina at Fancy Lady Cross Stitch 100% for this. I did not intend to start this one for a while. It still won't be immediately, because I think I really should get Crystal Christmas or the reindeer out of the way. I think Crystal Christmas is going to be an easier one to accomplish than all the reindeer, but anyways, still have to order fabric, I think. I mean, I could have a piece in here, but I don't know. It's chaotic right now. Like I told my husband, we own this chaos. He was like, oh no. Anyways, she showed this and I was like, oh no, now I have to start it too. Mirabilia, Christmas in London. I've had this chart for a while. Again, I think it was a gift from my husband, because he buys stuff off my wish list. So he's a good husband. He's a keeper. The only thing is, I'm not crazy about the stag head on the bottom. And I think this is a little bit busy. I might take that off. And I think that will still be okay. I've considered changing her dress color, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Not immediate start, but sometime in the future. Maybe a new year start. It depends. We'll see. The other thing I have planned is I have some dye coming in. And the reason I have dye coming in is to dye some fabric. My sister is going to be starting another Alessandra Adelaide banner, and she has the fabric, but it's not the right color. So we're going to dye this using charcoal or black, and we're going to see what happens. Right now, this is, it looks like 20 or 22 count Aida. She prefers to stitch on Aida because linen, the holes stretch out of, they contort out of shape for her. So what I'm going to be doing. So, another thing I need to do is make a project bag for English Garden Welcome because I don't have a free project bag right now. Trying to dig my sewing machine out in this chaos is a little bit daunting. So that won't be for a little while. Anyways, I am going to sign off now. I think I've shared everything I was intending to share. Other things that I have planned to work on is Omri Koresh, Mad Hatter, because it fits so many of the prompts, the acrostic. It was crazy. Once again, I mean, I think it was like 7 or 8 prompts because let's see, O in for R in, so Omri and Rouge, and O for seasons, and R in Turkey. So 6. So you'll probably see Hatter next time I check in, which should be in about 2 weeks' time. So until then, I'm going to sign off, and yeah, until next time, take care, stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you again. Bye.